Hello, everyone. My name is Erica Hunter, and I will be teaching Google Translate this evening. I am going to share my screen now, and we are going to get right to it. Okay, if for whatever reason you are not able to see Google Translate on your screen, definitely let us know in the chat, or feel free to interrupt me and let me know that you cannot see Google Translate on your screen. My name is Erica, like I said, and we also have another teacher on here. His name is Eli Ilunga. And so if you look in the participants section, you'll see him there, and you can also send a chat to him directly if you have anything that you want to bring up during class, and he will be able to chat with you on the side if there's anything you need, because once I get going, I will probably not be able to see your chat, but Ellie is here for that. Thank you so much, Ellie, for being here, and he can assist you with anything that it is that you need. All right, well, let's get right to it. Okay, well, Google Translate, for anyone who is learning about Google Translate for the very first time, it is a Google product, and it has been around for over 17 years. And it allows you to translate text, translate pictures, and translate websites. So that's what we are going to go over today. And so as you see here on the left-hand side of the screen, I'll shake my mouse so that you can see the big arrow pop up, but there you have it. There is the Google Translate icon there. And what I also want to point out here is that I am actually signed in through my Google account, which is why you can see my picture here. And the reason why this is important is that if you ever have translations that you want to save, you need to be logged in. So in order to be logged into Google Translate, here's what I'm going to do. I am going to completely back out of my web page, and I'm going to log in like as if I'm going to get on for the very first time. So let's, oh, 1 second, let me stop share. I'm going to log out of my account real quick. Bear with me 1 second. Okay, I'm going to share my screen again. Okay, so if you were to log in with your Google account, that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to log in with my Google account. Okay, and here when I sign in, it's going to show me all of the Google products that are available to me. Okay, I just want to make sure, class, are you guys seeing my Google account on the screen right now? Can somebody?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. And so as you can see here, this is what's called a Google Suite. And so if you follow along with us, stick with us the entire year. We're going to talk a lot about these Google products. We're going to show you how to access Google Mail, which is called Gmail. We're going to show you how to access a Google Drive, Google Documents, Google Sheets, and Google Slides, and so on. But today we are going to concentrate on Google Translate. And so this is one of the ways that you can get to Google Translate. You just click on once you're logged in, okay? And so if you do not own a Gmail account, definitely let us know and we can show you how to sign up for a Gmail account so that you can use Google Translate and the other Google products to the best of your advantage. Obviously, you don't have to do that, but for you to maximize on all of the features, it's better to have a Gmail account, okay? And so definitely let us know if you do not have a Gmail account. And so I am logged in. Otherwise, the website is www.translate.google.com if you're using a desktop, okay? And so it's pretty simple. This is all there is to the landing page, okay? And so right here on the left-hand side, your translation options are to translate text, translate images, translate documents, and my personal favorite, translate website, okay? On the left-hand side, here you will see the detect language. Detect language means that Google Translate is going to pick up whatever it is that you're typing or pick up whatever it is that you speak. I'm going to demonstrate how one would translate by voice and then auto detect based off of their technology what it is that you're saying. Or you can just select from the over 100 languages that are available, okay? So as you can see, I have my spoken language or the language that I'm going to type in, the language that I want it to pick up, I have it set to English. And so that's why it's in blue here, okay? And then I've got Spanish on here as a language of choice. And then I also have French. In order to see the languages that are available for you, you want to click on this downward arrow here and boom, it is going to show you all of the different languages available to you for translation. And so, of course, in our classes, we have people that speak Igbo. Igbo's here. We also have in our classes people that speak Swahili. As you can see, Swahili is here as well. All of the languages are listed in alphabetical order. And so if I scroll down, I can see everything that is available to me from A to Z, starting with Afrikaans, all the way down to Zulu. Does anyone want to unmute and share with me some languages that you see here that you're familiar with? Anyone?
Yes.
Oh, thank you so much, Margaret, for your participation. All right, Margaret, what language do you see here?
Swahili.
Swahili, awesome. And so Swahili is spoken in countries like Kenya, correct?
Yes.
Okay, what else is spoken in Kenya?
We have English and Kikuyu, but we have several languages, 42 in number.
42, okay.
Yeah.
Are there any others that you see here?
No.
Okay, so Swahili's here, English is here. Anyone else before we move on?
Yes, I can see Hebrew and German.
Who's speaking?
Sally?
Hello, thank you very much for your participation. So you said you see German here, and what was the other language?
Hebrew.
And Hebrew. Awesome. Yes. So lots of amazing languages available at our disposal. Okay. Now, what I'm going to show you is if you move on to the next box here, this is the language that you want translated to, okay? So the box on the left shows you the language that you want translated. The box on the right is the language that you're translating to. Okay, the reason why I also showed you how to log in through your Google account is because when you have a Google account, if you look here in the center of the two boxes, there's a saved button. You can save your translations, okay? Another thing that you can do is, let's say you speak Swahili and you you see a translation or you hear a translation and you think to yourself, maybe it was off slightly. You can actually hit the contribute button and give feedback to Google about the translation that they provided. And then also, if you're signed in, you can always go back and look at your translation history. Another thing that I want to point out is you can type or speak up to 5,000 characters. And so you can actually translate for a pretty good while before it has you stop, okay? And so if you're ever translating really long texts, that's why it's important to save your work because you don't want to lose your work after you've gone through so much trouble to have it translated, okay? And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to first show you how Google Translate works when you are typing something into it. So I'm going to type, hi, my name is Erica Hunter, and I will be teaching today's class on Google Translate. Okay, and so I actually speak Spanish, so I'm going to read the translation back to you, and it says, hola, mi nombre es Erica Hunter, y daré la clase de hoy en Google Translate. Okay, now let's see what that looks like in Swahili. Okay. And then for those of you who read Swahili and speak Swahili, you can let me know how good of a job Google Translate did. Okay, so here we go. So in order to switch to a new language, all you will do is you will go either, if it's not in your top 3 languages shown, you would go to the drop-down menu and pick your language. Okay, and Swahili is already here from Tuesday's class. And so I'm going to pick Swahili, and so let's check out the translation magic. Okay. So here it is in Swahili written, and I do not speak Swahili, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the listen button, and we'll take a listen and see if it did a good job.
Hii jina langu ni Erica Hunter na nitakuwa nikifundisha darasa la leo kwenye Google Translate.
Okay, for those of you who speak Swahili, did it do a good job?
Yes.
You know, isn't it so fun? That's
Jina
like,
langu ni Erica Hunter na
yeah.
nitakuwa nikifundisha darasa la leo kwenye Google Translate.
Oh, thank you. Was that Betty?
Yes,
Hey, Betty, you see, I recognize your voice now.
I can tell.
Thank you. So isn't that cool? Okay,
It is.
so
Oh my goodness.
I'm going to show you some other buttons to familiarize yourself with. If I take my mouse and I go directly to the center, these 2 arrows that are pointing left and right, those are swap language arrows. So here's what will happen if I hit swap language. the language is swapped.
Mm.
And so that is how you would speak or type the language that you're using and that have it translated into another language. So let's do something different. I don't know if there's anyone who can read or hear, read or understand Hebrew, but let's have Swahili as the original language. And now let's listen to it in Hebrew.
Yes.
היי, שמי אריקה הנטר, ואני אלמד את השיעור של היום בגוגל טרנסלייט.
So there you have it in Hebrew. Okay, now let's say I wanted to save this translation. That's when I would hit the save button. And so now when I hit the save button, it will show that this is actually one that I did in class on Tuesday. I started to speak into it, and then we translated it into Ukrainian because we had a Ukrainian speaker in class. So when you hit the save button, you will see all your saved phrases. And so this particular phrase that we just translated in class tonight, I want to save that. So I will hit the save translation star. And as you can see, now I have 2 saved phrases in my saved items section. I've got the English to Ukrainian module that I did on Tuesday, and now I have the Swahili to Hebrew example. So now that's saved. So now I can go and I can X out of there, okay? Now, let's say I had a Hebrew speaking friend that I wanted to say hello to, okay? Actually, let's change it back to Swahili. And then I'm gonna go to English. And I want to get in touch with a friend of mine who, she speaks English, but her native language is Swahili, and I love her so much. And I just want her to feel good. I want to tell her that I love her, that I'm thinking about her. And then I want to say it to her in her native language. And I actually have a friend in Kenya right now. She's in Samburu. And I just want to just give her some well wishes. And so now I'm going to show you what Google Translate, how it picks up our voice, okay? So here we go. Oh, this is actually a good one. So sometimes when you use a web application or an app for the first time, it's going to ask you for access to your microphone. So I'm going to hit yes. The web platform has, oh, look, it's got access to my voice and speaking to me right now, but we don't want that. Okay, so let's start again. Okay, and so I'm going to tap on translate by voice and say hello to my friend in Samburu. Hi, Abby. Hi, Abby. How are you? I hope you are doing great today. I just wanted to let you know that I miss you so much and that I love you and continue doing the wonderful work that you're doing for the women of Samburu. Okay, so what we've got here, and so I know that Samburu was not spelled correctly, so I'm just going to go up and fix that, or maybe I didn't spell it right. I don't know. Okay, so Samburu, is that good? Okay. And so now, let's hear if it did a good job.
Habari Abi, unaendeleaje? Natumai unaendelea vyema. Leo nilitaka tu kukufahamisha kuwa nimekukumbuka sana na ninakupenda. Naendelea kufanya kazi nzuri unayowafanyia wanawake wa Samburu.
Whoa, how did it do? Okay, I want to let everyone on here know that if you were on your phone right now, depending on what phone you're using, some of them let you slow down. So if you're ever listening to a translated language, you can slow it down, but I don't see that function here for the translated version online, so we can't use it, but it does allow you to slow the language down. Okay, so I'm going to show you now a really cool function. So my friend Abby, okay, I want her to see this. And so there's a couple of things that I can do. I can hover my arrow over copy translation. And when I right click, I don't know if you guys saw that flash, but it says translation copied. Okay. And then I'm going to go down, okay, and I am going to go into my WhatsApp. I'm going to open my WhatsApp, but now I need to bring it into view, okay, and then I'm going to select Abby Chege, and then I am going to send it to her. Did everyone see that?
Yes.
And so that is how you can send text messages to people through what you can use WhatsApp. You can, if you look at the drop-down menu of my computer, I'm using a Mac. Okay, and so depending on what you have on Macintoshes, they've got this bar here that shows what my choices are. I could have chosen text messages, but if you are on your desktop, what you would need to do is, let's say you wanted to email it to someone, okay? So I'm gonna close out WhatsApp. By the way, if you didn't know, yes, there is WhatsApp for desktop. So if you ever want to use WhatsApp just on your computer, you can. You just saw it, right? Okay, and so let's say I want to email this to Abby. So right here, this function that I am hovering over with my mouse, this is the share function. And so I would hit share, and then it says share this translation. I would hit email, and there it is. And so now it automatically opened up whatever email application I'm using on my computer. And so for me personally, by default, it went straight to my Apple Mail. And so as you can see here, it copied it in here. Just in case that's really small for you guys, I'm going to make the font really large. Okay, so there it is. It just pasted right into my email, and then I can just hit Abby Chege, and here it is. Her name is Abby Campbell, but she married a Kenyan, so her name is now Abby Chege. And so she and her husband have a home in Samburu that's called Wings of Hope. So that was her email. And then and she knows about class today. So I'm going to say hello from Google Translate. She's going to love this. And then I'm going to hit send. Okay. And there it went. So without knowing how to speak Swahili, I just sent a message instantly to my friend Kenya. Isn't that so cool?
It's cool.
Yeah. So now you saw an example of what it is like to type in a Google Translate and to speak in Google Translate and to hear translated messages. Now let's move on to Google Translate images. So now I'm going to tap in images. Okay. And then I am going to, I can either drag and drop from my computer, okay? Or I can browse a file to choose what image to translate, okay? And so I am going to change the language back to English, and then let's stay on Swahili. And so we are going to browse my files. So we are going to go into my computer files, and we are going to select my son's birthday party invitation. We just created this, okay? And so my son is turning 13. Eric and I are about to have a 13-year-old son on February 24th, and he created party invitations. And so I'm going to upload the party invitation, and we're going to see if they translated his party rights. So for those of you who speak Swahili, would you know, just by reading this, that it's a birthday party, who we're celebrating, where it is, what day it is, the time it's taking place, where to go, and what day to RSVP by, and what number to call or text to RSVP? Did it do a good job?
Yes.
So that is an example of how, if you have a picture that has words on it, how Google Translate will translate a document, a picture for you. And so if I wanted to save that, I would once again hit save. Okay, I can download it to my computer. I can also, again, copy the text, and then I could take that copied text and actually send the translation via WhatsApp. Okay, and so let's now I'm going to send it to myself. I'm going to message myself. Okay, and I'm going to send the party details in text to myself. So that is an example of how you can take text, copy it, and paste it in a message. And then you can see all the people that I talked to on WhatsApp. Okay, and so if I want to revert my party invitation back to English, I can just toggle on the show original here, and there we are. We've got a side-by-side comparison of Christian's 13th birthday party in English and the translated version. Okay, next, let's translate a document. Okay, so we've moved on from images now to documents. Documents is really, really great, a great feature to have, because how about, what if you got maybe a letter in the mail from a doctor's office, or a letter emailed to you via PDF, like something really important, like a legal document or a medical document. And although you do speak English well, your native language, you're much more comfortable with it. And you think to yourself, you know what, I would love to just read this document in my own language. You can. You can take any document, download it to your computer, and then once it's downloaded into your computer, you would hit browse files, okay? And so what we are going to do is we are going to take a look at the actual Google Translate PDF that we made to advertise for this class. So I'm just going to select the document, hit upload. Okay, so now the document is uploaded, and then I'm going to hit translate to Swahili. Okay, and we're going to hit translate, and let's see how it does. Okay, once the translation is ready, I'm going to hit open translation. Okay, and then I'm going to open it up. As you can see here up top, it says machine translated by Google. And here we go. Google Tafsiri. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. And there you have it. Juman. February. So there it is. A PDF, a document translated into Swahili. Okay, now, lastly, before we move on to the mobile option, we're going to translate Mission Africa, okay? And so as you can see here, all I did was move my cursor over to websites, and you've got the websites highlighted in blue. So that's how you know what it is that you're doing. If I wanted a document and I knew I was there, I would hit documents and it would be highlighted in blue. Images, highlighted in blue, texts. So we're going to go to websites here. Okay. And now let's take a look at Mission Africa in Swahili. Okay, www.missionafrica.us. Let's head on over there and see how good did they do in translating. Okay, so here we are. Okay, I highlighted the text and it's showing me what the original text said. And here's the translated text. What I like about Google is that it actually asks me, rate this translation. Your feedback will help us improve Google Translate, right? And so I like it that they do that. And then if we scroll, something that I want to point out is not only did it translate the whole page, it translated everything, even in the drop-down menus. So if we were to go click on Smiles at Christmas, okay, or fundraising, or digital navigation, which is what we're in now. If we were to click on it, click on digital navigation, okay, it goes in, okay, and it also translated this page. What it didn't translate was this particular flyer, okay, because it's a flyer that's downloaded in there. But I'm going to show you a trick. If I ever wanted this translated, I can left click, I can save the image, okay? So now the image is being saved into my downloads folder, because I'm like, wait a minute, I've been reading this whole thing in my language, but I and not comfortable with what this is saying, okay, then I can go back, okay, to Google Translate, go into images, okay, browse my file, okay, and here it is. Here's the digital navigation image that I just downloaded. And then hit upload. And here it is, a side-by-side of our digital navigation services translated into Swahili that I grabbed off of the Mission Africa website. Okay, so that is Google, oops, I clicked out of it all the way. Let's get back in there. That is Google Translate via desktop. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop sharing, okay? And then I'm going to move on and show you, I'm going to mirror my phone. I'm going to share my phone, and then this will only take a few minutes because most of it was on the desktop, because this is very similar. But then, so I'll just take a few minutes to show it to you on my phone, and then I'm going to give you time to practice, and I'll stay online if you want to stay on and practice for a little bit or answer any of your questions. Okay, so let's move on to Google Translate Mobile. All right. So I'm going on there real quick. Okay, sharing my screen again. Okay, everyone, so hopefully you are seeing my phone. If you do not see Google Translate on a phone, please let me know. But that is what you should see right now, is Google Translate on my phone. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to text on my phone. My nails are too long. I'm not texting very well. Okay, so just like on the desktop, it just detected my phone's keyboard. Okay, you can do this with any phone, and it translated my text. Okay. So the other feature that some phones have is I can write with my finger. Okay. And so obviously it's just my name, so it didn't really translate it, but I just wanted to show you that if up here at the top of my phone, I can choose how I want to input the information. And so I chose to draw with my finger, but if I were to click on the keyboard here, I can change back to texting, but just by tapping on the keyboard. And then if I want to X out of it, I just hit the X button that's next to it and start over again. The 3 dots, which is sometimes called a hamburger, that you see on your right is to send feedback. And once again, if I wanted to, I could also hit the copy button. Okay. If I were to tap that, I can copy the text And then I would be able to access my WhatsApp or my text messages and send a hello message to myself by tapping in the message section, okay, which is right here. All I did was tapped, and the option to paste popped up. And there I have it, okay? I just texted a message from from the Google Translate app, copied it, okay? So let's go back to Google Translate. So just to review, I hit the copy button. And then I went into WhatsApp, tapped in and pasted it, okay? Just like in the desktop version, I can tap the listen button
Hola.
and it translates for me out loud, okay? Also, it is showing me a suggestion based off of what I'm typing. It's trying to think ahead of me so that I type less. And it's suggesting, maybe you want to say, hello there, Katie, but I don't. So I'm going to ignore that. And then of course, just like on the desktop, I can flip-flop the languages here. Okay. And if I want to start again, I can hit new translation. Okay, so that is the mobile version. That was kind of fast and furious because we spent most of the time on the desktop version, but the mobile version is pretty simple. You just gotta get in there and practice because that is how you're going to learn it. It's a little bit different with Zoom, so I'd hope that if you are in town, you can come see us on Saturday to practice some more. Now, if you do not have the Google Translate app loaded onto your phone, you want to, for me personally, I have an iPhone, so I would go to the App Store, and through the App Store, I am going to download Google, I'm going to type in Google Translate. Okay, and then it's going to show me that I already have it downloaded. So it's showing, it's just showing open. If you don't have it on your phone, you're gonna have this get button, okay? If you own an Android, you wanna go to your Google Play Store and download Google Translate there. Please do not confuse it with just Translate, Pocket Translator, okay? The Google Translate is actually going to say Google Translate, and then the maker is Google LLC. Okay, so we have about 8 minutes left in class. So what I'm going to do is we're just going to use the last 8 minutes for you to, if you would like to try it yourself, whether it be on your computer. Just don't leave class, minimize class, and then you can try it, or you can pick up your phones right now and take the time to load Google Translate on your phones and try it out here while we're in class.